You're listening to Winnipeg's Classic 107. My name is Simon Rusnak. We're in store for a fabulous afternoon of music down at the Rady JCC when Lady Muse graces the stage with her band, The Inspirations. Known for her glamorous drag performances and sickening singing chops, the wide-ranging program will tackle everything from cabaret gems to pop anthems. To hear more, I'm excited to welcome Lady Muse to the Classic 107 studio. Hello.
Hello, Simon. How are you?
I'm doing very well. I am so honored that you've graced us with your presence. It's not every day that I get to welcome a lady into the studio. Thanks for being here.
Oh, well, thank you for having me. Usually around this time of day, people are escorting me out instead of welcoming me in. So this is a real treat for me, too.
So tell us a little bit about yourself, Lady Muse. Who are you?
Lady Muse is the personification of the divine feminine. Lady Muse is every muse who has inspired you in your life. She is the woman who brought you up. She's the woman you saw on your TV screen. She's the woman you want to be and the woman that you're going to be in your future as you become your most idealized self.
Tell us more.
Just a little.
Yeah, I was going to say, just a little bit. Lots to strive for, certainly. How long have you been performing?
I've been performing as Lady Muse for about 3 years.
So can we talk more about the art of drag? Because it really is this multidisciplinary form. Every artist bringing a different charisma, talent, uniqueness perhaps to the stage. How would you describe your style of drag?
My drag certainly has evolved out of my music. So I was at one time just a cute little boy growing up who spent a lot of time lip-syncing in his bedroom to Kylie Minogue and to musical theater songs and the like, a lot of Cher. Mm-hmm. And so my drag really comes from that, from sharing that music with people, from celebrating queer music in particular, and the music that really means a lot to this community of people, and being able to get up on stage and share that in the most fabulous way possible.
Speaking of that community, it's a community that is growing. There's certainly a growing awareness and popularity thanks to award-winning shows like RuPaul's Drag Race, for instance. I mean, that was certainly my in. Can we talk more about the importance of drag more broadly? I mean, obviously this great form of expression and celebration, but also a form of protest too, right?
Yeah, a form of protest, I think, via liberation. I think some drag queens are more literally a form of protest. Absolutely. There's some very, very political drag. But I think all drag is a protest because it takes a lot to stand up and live your life without fear in a world that wants to confine you to boxes. So I think that just the act of getting into drag, just the act of becoming who you want to be as an act of defiance is revolutionary in and of itself.
You're a regular performer at Club 200, Club Happenings. You've done events at the Canadian Museum for Human Rights and performed as part of Pride festivities here in the city. How does it feel to be part of the Music and Mavens lineup for 2024?
A little wild.
Tell us more about that.
It was maybe not on my list of series I ended up in or anticipated ending up in. I think it's going to be a change of pace for the Music and Mavens audience. I think we're going to shake things up and mix things up a bit for them in hopefully a really exciting way.
Yeah, exciting and the most wonderful way. You're going to be performing up on stage with The Inspirations, made up of, quote, some of Canada's best and best looking musicians.
I had to add that part for Julian Bradford. Yeah.
As one does. High praise, certainly. In addition to Julian, who else will be up on stage with you?
The group is Carter Graham on piano and keys, Sean Irvin on woodwinds, Julian Bradford on bass, Daniel Hua on drums, and Kyle Cobb on guitar.
What a great bunch indeed. The big question here is, what are you going to be performing? I mean, you don't need to walk us through the entire set list, but can you give us a little bit of an overview, the genres and styles that you'll be tackling?
Definitely. So everything that we're going to be tackling is sort of through the Lady Muse and the Inspirations lens, which is very funky. It's dance-oriented. It's supposed to get everybody grooving in their seats, and we really focus in on playing queer anthems. So we're going to play I Will Survive by Gloria Gaynor, for sure. We're going to play I Want to Break Free by Queen. We're going to play some Beyonce. We're going to play some Cher. We're going to play a suite of songs by Dolly Parton. So just a little teaser there of some of the material.
You've just listed, I think, my next hour of music here on Winnipeg's Classic 107. But I mean, like you say, really shaking things up. And that's what the joy of the Music and Mavens series provides, is that it gives a little bit of something for everybody, right? And it's that inclusivity coming up on the stage and really showcasing that. Sounds like it's going to be a great show. And one other thing that I definitely want to ask about is you're, of course, not only going to impress with your celebrated vocals, but also serving some looks. I read that you sew most of of your outfits? Is that
I
right?
make probably upwards of 90% of everything I wear.
Have you crafted something new for Music and Mavens? I'm just so curious.
I have. I'm going to be debuting a new color palette.
Oh.
We're veering into like the Barbie pink direction, which is not something I've ever done before. So it's going to be a bubblegum good time.
Oh, and why not head on down? Lady Muse performing as part of the Music and Mavens daytime concert and lecture series. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you so much, Simon.